Hey guys, and welcome back to the F45 Corrective Series. My name is Tharanosan, and today we're going to continue on with our hip and low back series. Last week we looked at the dead bug. Today we're going to be looking at a new exercise called the bird dog. Let's get started. So we're going to start off in a tabletop position. Hands, shoulder width, right underneath the shoulders, knees in line with the hands. And what we're going to do is, first thing, we want to find neutral spine. So we're going to go all the way up, feel your maximum, and then come down, feel the minimum. And then if you need, you can do this as many times as you'd like. I need to do this just a few times, just to kind of find my neutral. So somewhere right in between, I feel it pretty comfortable right around there. Next up, we're going to want to do is gentle tuck of the chin. And remember what we talked about last week. It's chin tuck with a little bit of that spinal extension. So we're thinking about almost pulling our head as if something's kind of right at the top of our head, pulling our head forward to create that little bit of distraction and a little bit of that chin tuck. That's just going to help elongate your spine and work on your deep flexing stabilizers. So this is our starting position. Now what we're going to do is we're going to be moving the contralateral or opposite arm, opposite leg. And before we're going to do that, gentle squeeze into the glutes, turn on the core very gently, and then we're going to raise. The first thing is we're going to create a brace. So you want to brace this movement here and just have a static contraction and really prepping for the movement. What you're going to do is you're going to drive this arm forward at the same time this leg's going to come back, and you're going to drive with your heel, and with this arm you're going to drive straight up with the thumb. And you're going to hold in this position. And we're going to hold for a 5-second count, and then you're going to come back down, rebrace, and then engage. So common mistakes that I often see with this is usually tilting in the pelvis. Similar things that we've talked about before. So the big one is when you do your brace and you drive the leg back, I often find people can sometimes fall in the pelvis, or they'll overcompensate by opening up. The easiest way to correct that is, the cue I like to use is driving your heel back to the wall as opposed to raising your leg. So I'll show you the difference between those two. So when I raise my leg to bring it back, I feel like I have to lift more, and I use my low back too much, and I can feel it just doesn't feel as good. But when I brace and I drive with my leg, I feel a much better glute contraction. Still feel a little bit in my low back, but definitely a much better quality of contraction. So the big one is driving the heel. That's probably the number one common mistake that I find. The second one is more into the upper body. So when you are coming up for that, when you're bringing your arm up, a lot of times I'll find people fall this way as well. Not as much, but that's usually coming from the core. So when we go ahead, and I'll do actually a full rep this time. Sometimes people will bias this side. What you want to do is you almost want to tighten in the core, as well as the glutes. And then the same idea as when you're driving with your heel, you want to drive with your hands straight out in front of you. As opposed to raising the arm, you're driving it. That is usually going to clean up a lot of this stuff. If you feel like it's difficult to do same arm or opposite arm, opposite leg, try just doing one limb at a time. So what you can do is, same thing, we find our neutral spine, okay, and then we do our brace. We can start with one arm at a time, same thing, and then eventually one leg at a time as well. So that would be my regression, or my starting point would be 1 limb at a time, but work up to opposite arm, opposite leg. I want you guys to try 3 sets of 6 to 8 repetitions, making sure you get a good 5-second hold at the top, making sure that you keep your glutes and your core tight as well during the entire range of motion. If you guys have any questions, or you want to get in touch with me, you want to see some exercises, or you have anything that's going on that you need help with, you can contact me through Instagram. All my information is in the description below. Thanks guys, and see you next week.